Hey everybody, and welcome to a new thing on the channel. So let's back up so we can see the full view. This is the opening screen for a game called Knee Deep. It is about 6 years old at this moment. It came out in 2015 at some point, but I've never played it. It's an indie kind of adventure mystery game. They're calling it a swamp noir, I think, based in Florida, and that's all I know, other than it has some kind of cool music that reminds me of RimWorld. So let's go ahead and get started on this new game. And we have Act 1, Wonderland. There's Act 2, Festival, and Act 3, Boomtown, but let's start in Act 1. And we'll figure this out together. Yeah, it has this whole...
Settle in for a night at the theater.
I wonder if I should be playing with a controller. But I have keyboard and mouse here, so let's go. Silence phone, tune the orchestra, read the playbill. Let's silence our phone, please. You deactivate the ringer on your smartphone out of curiosity to the actors.
The stage is set. The broader script's written, but your choices shape how other characters react to you.
Alright, let's read the playbill. What do we got? Knee Deep, a swamp noir in 3 acts.
You can lose friends, respect, and the moral high ground. Can't lose the game.
Alright, so we can't lose the game. Let's tune the orchestra. Musicians tune their instruments in preparation for the show's opening act.
You're the star, playing our 3 main characters. Blogger Romana Teague, print reporter Jack Bellin, and detective Casey Gaddis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prologue Theater welcomes you to this production. Please, no videos or flash photography. Enjoy the show.
Alright, let's bring down the lights. The curtain rises on Act 1 of Knee Deep.
Another beautiful Florida sunset, tainted by a dangling corpse.
Well, that's one way to open a story. Sad ending, slow news day, another fine mess. Let's go sad ending.
It's a bitter conclusion for the downward arc of Tag Kern's sporadically illustrious Hollywood career. Found dead by a janitor at Chief Roadside's Wonderland.
Tag Kern is the dead person?
It's a horrible job on the best of days.
And this is not the best of days.
Shit, not again.
It's a very interesting, like, it is very set up like it's a play. It's very, very interesting.
Meanwhile, on I-95, Romana Teague, stuck in traffic, dodging her editor, hunting for a last chance.
That was kind of interesting. The sound kind of went from the right ear to the left ear. That was kind of cool as the camera turned. So here we have Romana Teague.
Not much else to do while the traffic crawls.
Rip Tag. I used to drive by that tower on the way to work. Rip Tag.
So young and soon to be so unemployed.
Oh, that's us. We're soon to be unemployed. Give a strange response. Fan rage. Cypress knee. Cypress knee?
Cypress Knee's not far. This story could save my ass with Lenny.
Ah, so you need to report on something. So, so you're going to go to Cypress Knee where the dead guy was found. Also, can we talk about how just immensely large this truck is? I know trucks are larger than normal passenger vehicles, but it seems just incredibly large. During this game, you'll post reports, pick a source and a clue, then assign a spin. Choose cautious, edgy, or inflammatory. Let's open our blog app. Romana activates her smartphone blog post app. So we only have one thing to report on. Choose a fact that there's a dead actor. Reports on the internet suggest that Hollywood has-been Tag Kern killed himself at an old Florida tourist trap called Chief Roadside's Wonderland. Let's be cautious about that. So we could say, Cypress, Florida. It's not a hoax like last year. Officials report that he hanged himself from a tower. Okay, we could just be like, hey, he's dead. If we wanted to do edgy, Tag Kern made a name for himself in action flicks such as Operation Amazeballs and the occasional artsy picture like Existentialist. But he will now, will he now be remembered for killing himself in a Florida tourist trap? Or inflammatory. People haven't paid this much attention to Tag Kern since the first time he ran drunk and naked through Times Square. Now he's the talk of the internet after hanging himself from the tower of a tacky roadside tourist trap. No word yet on a motive, but his recent box office failures may have something to do with it. Let's go with edgy. I mean, cautious is very cautious, but at least this says like the other things he was working on, so it gives a little more information about who he was. Let's go edgy.
The traffic doesn't seem to be in any hurry to break gridlock.
In the radio, yell at motorists, rev the engine, or honk. Well, you know what? Doing all of these things, yelling at the motorists, revving the engine, and honking, that's not going to get things to go faster, so let's just tune the radio. You tune to a local radio station. And now Lenny's calling. Try to avoid him. I'm afraid he's angry. Thought he'd call sooner.
I didn't think it would take him so long to call.
And the phone chimes again. He's an asshole. I can't deal right now. He can wait. Look, I can't deal with you right now, Lenny.
Bad enough I'm stuck in traffic. Why add Lenny to my grief?
The phone chimes again. Social media birds chirp. Car horns honk in traffic. Romana screams towards the rafters. Okay, I've just gotten out of my car. Game saved. Alright, yeah, so I'm leaving one scene and moving to the next scene. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Romana Teague, better known as Phaedra. Top blogger at FanRage for the past 3 years. And you're only 20.
Yes, Agent? What am I here for?
Not bad on the Kardashian fame scale.
Give a strange response. Why am I here? Demand yeah, why am I here?
Always great to meet fans who don't drool much. Why am I here?
You've been in the thick of the current story.
Give a strange response. Is that a crime? Doing my job. I'm just doing my job.
That's what I do. Or did. Once upon a time, anyway.
Good gig?
Not really. We could be strange, say sure, or not really. I think it's not really.
It's even less glamorous than it sounds.
We've got some questions.
Not a lot of people left to give answers.
Well, that's interesting. What happened to everybody else?
That's on you, I think.
Give a strange response? Whatever. Not just me. Let's go with for a strange response.
Just call me Lee Harvey.
Oh, yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. That's not a good thing to say to the FBI.
Why'd you get sacked?
Critical choice ahead. I hacked a competitor, I compromised ethics, or I made a mistake. I would say I just made a mistake.
I was in a hurry. Took a source at their word for a story. Published on a blog without verifying. Stupid mistake.
Your editor must have been furious.
Strange response again. Water under the bridge. My fault or not my fault? Yeah, it's my fault.
Can't blame him. I'm mad at myself too.
So, that's what it takes to lose a job you can do in pajamas.
Let's start from the top. You were in traffic outside Jacksonville 2 days ago when you heard the news, right?
I drove the wrong way. Read the internet chatter, or read the internet chatter. Guess I just read the internet chatter?
Yeah, the internet went nuts over another dead actor. Tag Kern killed himself, they said. But that wasn't even the real story.
Alright, so now that we've established that it's not the real story, now we have to go back in time to establish what the real story is. So we jump forward into the future. Now we have to come back to the present. Okay, we're at Chief Roadside here. Clues, lore, and archived reports are in the journal. Journal can be opened with J on the keyboard or back on the controller. Whatever back is on a controller. So what is J? So we got some lore. We have achievements that we haven't gotten. Okay. The infamous Phaedra finds herself in the forgotten tourist town of Cypress. One more story. Can't keep dodging. Is good timing. Well, it is good timing for me that a guy just died here when I happen to be right nearby.
Tag Kern picked a perfect time to die. I'd thank him if I could. Thank him for what, though? A distraction at some dusty old roadside relic?
Freaky family, football fame, Irish travelers. Football fame?
Chief Roadsides was lost to obscurity before I was born. Last blip on the media radar was when Dolphins' second-string quarterback Dooley Quinlan got his tongue stuck in the penny presser on a bet in 1983.
Incoming text. More going on with Kern than appears. Knowledge, who's this? Seems straightforward. Who is this? You're not in my contact list. I'm a big fan. Call me Anonymous. Okay. I don't think that's how you spell anonymous. I think it's O-U-S there. Anonymous. Seems straightforward. Hanged himself from a tacky Indian tower. No great mystery. Not so open and shut. What do you know about it? A few things. Will help when I can. Start with Gordon Cordray, church bigwig. Crazy capitalization. You break your shift button? Why shout? Until next time. Alright, let's go find this Cordray guy. It's Lenny. I'm answering it.
Hi, Lenny.
Finally answering your phone. I've spent all day with lawyers thanks to your colossal shitstorm.
Give a strange response, rebuke, or apologize. Look, yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
And I'm really sorry about the mess, Lenny.
Deandra Allister's people are talking civil action, Romana. It's gonna get ugly. How did this happen?
The deputy said, the housekeeper said, the bartender said. Let's go with the housekeeper.
A maid at the Teal Towers told me she saw Deandra making out with Angie.
Yeah, I read the story. So did a million other people. She's not gay. TV's favorite mom.
Think about the attention. That's bad. Give a strange response. What about the attention?
Bet our hits spiked through the roof, though, right?
That's not a good response.
You screwed up before, but never anything of this magnitude.
Aim high?
Go big or go home, yeah?
You're on your ninth life, kitty. Tell me, how you plan to justify your phony baloney job now?
I'm covering Kern's death.
I'm at ground zero for the death of Tag Kern.
Get something online soon. Make it good. And no more mistakes.
Good or right? Like, do you want a correct story?
I can make sure it's interesting, or I can make sure it's correct. No guarantees for both.
Fix this now, he says. on this sign. Let's investigate this protest.
Don't support the tyranny of institutional racism. Chief Roadsides is a culturally insensitive relic.
It's kind of cute. It's horrible. Tacky but harmless. It's horrible. You know what? I'm going to agree with you on this instance so we don't get in a fight. And also because I tend to agree with you.
It's atrocious. Yeah.
I'm glad you agree. Would you sign this petition?
Sure, I'll sign your petition.
Just don't add me to your mailing list. I'm not from around here.
All right, thanks.
That'll stick with him.
I'm here about Tag Kern anyway.
Oh, right, you're that blogger. Phaedra? I read your stuff. Sad about Kern. I really wanted another Operation Amazeballs.
Do I have access to the options menu? Because I think I need to turn down the sound here, even though I have master volume turned down way down. Let's grab the voiceover.
Let him rant.
Turn that down.
Let him rant.
Maybe there. Hey, what's the deal with that big bus?
What's with the fancy motor coach?
Those folks are with the Church of Us. You know, the Weists. Kern was one of them.
Never heard of him. Help us help you. Help yourself.
Maybe they can tell me more.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll try to brainwash you into joining their crazy cult.
Upcoming blog posts may affect your relationship with other characters. Yeah, don't worry about me.
I'm not worried about that. Never been much of a joiner.
I guess that's where we're heading next. Alright, let's report something about the Wonderland protest. Native American Robert Woodstep protested against the racial stereotypes embodied by Chief Roadside's Wonderland in Cypress Knee. The town's last claim of fame was an incident involving a football player and a penny presser in 1983. We could be cautious. He wants owners of Chief Roadside's Wonderland to abandon harmful stereotypes. Waved a sign that reads, "Fix this now," amidst the chaotic swirl. And then the thing about the tongue. The sign gripped by Cypress Knee, "Fix this now." He took advantage of media attention at the rundown Florida attraction to demand change. You know, I'm not going to say he took advantage of the media attention. Inflammatory. Robert Woodstep, a Native American resident, urged onlookers to join his crusade. So actor Tag Kern killed himself in a tacky, outmoded North Florida monument to genocide and casual racism. You know what? Let's go with the original. Let's just go with the cautious one. It seems more likely to win people over to the side if we can just say, "Hey, this, you know what? It's a harmful stereotype," rather than like if people are for the place. If we're just like, "Hey, it's about racism," people get very defensive if you call them racist, even if they are. But I think maybe this is a chance where we maybe win more or gather more flies with honey than vinegar or whatever. So let's just reel them in a little at a time. So, incoming text. Wake me up when news happens, Phaedra. Alright, we're in the giant bus now.
You're a prismatic, at the very least.
I don't know what that means. That's interesting. That's annoying. That's confusing.
That makes as much sense as clock hands on a spoon.
Are you ready for the opto levels test? One-time offer, I'm afraid.
Okay, yes. But what's an opto levels test, though?
An opta, huh?
The test measures your status within the Church of Us. The lowest possible level is primordial. The highest rank one may attain is dark matter.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Are you ready?
Sure. Let's take the test.
Sure.
Like, why do they... Oh, I was like, why do they have a poster for his movie? But he was one of them, right? Help us help you help yourself by answering a series of questions. Don't be self-conscious. Answers are not right or wrong. Here we are, Romana Teague. Cerebral activity, heartbeat monitor, or iris, apparently. Okay, let's go.
Let's get on with it.
Choose the best color. Cerulean, crimson, lavender, saffron. Let's go with a cerulean.
Is that a color or some kind of granola?
Choose the best number. 1, 33, 107. You know, I'm gonna go with 33 on this one.
One day I'll be middle-aged too.
You're walking through a desert. You find a smartphone laying on its back, screen baking in the sun. What do? Ignore it. Check ownership. Flip it over. I'm gonna, like, see whose phone it is.
See who owns the phone and try to return it to them.
Your favorite kind of music? Country, rock, or techno? It's not country. I'm not a big country fan. I'm not a huge... I don't know. My music tastes are very eclectic. Rock is a huge category. Some of it is... You know, I'm just gonna go with techno, which is also a huge category, but...
Bleep, blop, bloop, boogaloo.
Okay, we have an optometer level of 200 and bajillion. Favorite childhood memory? Your mother? Your first computer? The Pacific Coast Highway? You know what, Romana Teague... feel like, you know, she's big into technology. She probably says her computer. That's probably going to drop our score.
That secondhand notebook computer I used to start my first blog.
Yep, it definitely dropped our score. Best cause of death. Old age, autoerotic asphyxiation, or none. I'm going to go with a none.
None. Immortality is the only option.
This device detects a rare quantity and quality of optomolecules in the test subject, qualifying them for quantum rank. Alright, we're quantum.
Really good showing. The boss knew you had potential. He'll catch up with you later to talk about Kern.
Thanks? Strange response, different goals, or thanks. Thanks, I guess?
I did all right, huh?
Later, Phaedra.
All right. Time to chat with the man who found Kern dangling from that tower.
Next time we see a sign that says, it's saved, and something that's saved, we should probably end the episode. Yep, so right there. Alright, so here we are. We're back to the opening title screen almost. You know what? We have saved, so I think it's a good time to end the episode. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time, and we'll find out what the heck's going on in this town.